Hello students, good morning. I hope now you have understood what will be the content of our syllabus and its importance, how we are going to learn different concepts which you have not learned till now, how or what is the basic difference between, we can say, architecture, town planning, and civil engineering. And so, in short, we can summarize that we are planning for cities and towns. So, that will be, we can say, related to planning of infrastructure facilities at city level, uh, and we are not bothered about planning or design of individual building. We are overall considering the importance of zonal planning, reservations, infrastructure facilities like road infrastructure, mass transportation systems, construction of uh, water supply schemes, water treatment plants, sewage treatment plants, solid waste management, reservations for schools, playgrounds, gardens, and many other public utilities like, we can say, electricity, post office, police station, then government or local body offices. So all these lands are reserved in the planning process, and different tools or mechanisms are used to reserve these lands for such public purposes or public utilities. Otherwise, what will happen in the process of urbanization or development of, we can say, cities and towns, we will not get enough land for our expanding other facilities स्पॅशली म्हणजे काय, की जो एरिया नवीन डेव्हलप होत आहे तिथे जर आपण ह्या फॅसिलिटी ठेवल्या नाहीत, सपोज प्लॉटिंग स्कीम आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये आपण ओपन स्पेसेस ठेवल्या नाहीत, काही रिझर्वेशन्स ठेवले नाहीत, what will happen afterwards, that the people in that particular area will not get these facilities at their, we can say, in their residence or in their locality. So there will be a lot of social problems related to playing of children's, access to the gardens, schools, playgrounds, or other public facilities and utilities. So for all these reasons, we have seen in short that in the process of development plan preparation, we reserve many places, and there are various tools associated with this land acquisition, like transfer of development rights, then TP scheme, town planning scheme, neighborhood planning concept. So under all these, we can say, different tools, there is chance that we will get land free of cost from the uh, landowners, but still we will get, or the landowners will get, or will not be miss their development rights, but they will get, we can say, development rights in form of TDRs. They can utilize that particular certificate in other areas. They can sell it to the other builders, and builders can construct more built up area, or we can say floor area, in some other projects. There are also rules and regulations related to use of such TDRs. Generally, the city areas are considered like a concentric circle. Inner circle is called as A, outer circle is called as B, and again that outer circle, larger circle, or considering all the peripheral area, is called as C. Likewise, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, we can continue it. And so the inner, generally the inner area, Gauthan area or the core area is congested. There are no enough parking spaces. Road widths are small. The population is dense. So generally TDR or transfer of development rights is provided for land acquired in inner core area to the outer core area. Means I can utilize TDR of 10 in area A or zone A to area B, C or D, E, F likewise, so that we can decongest in the crowded area. म्हणजे बाहेरची गर्दी. सपोज आता बारामतीमध्ये ज्या कमर्शियल पेठा आहेत म्हणता येईल किंवा जो एरिया आहे, तिथंच जर आपण बाहेरचा TDR आतमध्ये वापरला तर काय होईल? ऑलरेडी जिथं गर्दी आहे, तिथं ऑलरेडी गर्दी आहे, तिथं अजून गर्दी होईल. So we are decongesting the crowded areas so that people will be migrating from inner core to the outer comfortable or spacious areas. तुम्ही बघितलं असेल, बारामतीमध्ये पाहिलं असेल की काही हॉस्पिटल्स, काही फॅसिलिटीज, कमर्शियल शॉप्स वगैरे जे आहेत, तर क्राउडेड रस्त्यावरती गर्दीमध्ये जमत नाहीत. म्हणजे पार्किंग फॅसिलिटी नसते किंवा एक्सपान्शनला अडचणी असतात. सो दे हॅव शिफ्टेड देअर we can say commercial places or complexes to the outer peripheral area like Ashok Nagar or Bhigwan Road. तुम्ही पाहिलं असेल मुथा हॉस्पिटल एक होतं बारामतीमध्ये, आतमध्ये खूप गर्दीमध्ये होतं, वेअर पार्किंग फॅसिलिटीज किंवा व्हेकल घेऊन जाण्यामध्ये अडचणी होत्या, पेशंटला गाड्या घेऊन जाणं वगैरे, ॲम्ब्युलन्स, बरोबर आहे. तर त्या पद्धतीने त्यांनी आता बाहेर भिगवण रोडला प्रशस्त हॉस्पिटल बांधलेलं आहे. So you can see such peripheral growth in due course of time of urbanization, and this is not automatically happen. The planners or the, we can say, city engineers are taking efforts to decongest the urban areas, and such facilities or people will be motivated to move in the outward direction, and all these facilities will be provided as per the present requirements or norms. आता आपल्याला जरी बघितलं असेल, in this pandemic situation also you can see we find that our houses should be luxurious in terms of requirements related to disasters or pandemic conditions like COVID-19 epidemic. बरोबर आहे. आता घरामध्ये पहिल्यांदा जायचं म्हटलं आपल्याला तर काय लागतं की पहिल्यांदा आपल्याला हात धुता आलं पाहिजे, पाय धुता आले पाहिजेत. वी कॅन से आता आपल्याला प्लॅनिंग करताना सुद्धा ह्या गोष्टी सगळ्या विचारात घ्याव्या लागतील की अगोदर आपण डायरेक्टली घरात बाथरूम मध्ये जाऊन हातपाय किंवा फ्रेश होऊ शकत होतो, तेच तुम्हाला घरात एंट्री करण्याच्या अगोदर आजकाल हे सगळं मिळायला पाहिजे, सो दॅट घराच्या बाहेरच तुम्हाला थोडंसं फ्रेश काय म्हणता येईल आपल्याला, ओपन स्पेस पाहिजे किंवा त्या पद्धतीने वॉशरूम फॅसिलिटी किंवा हातपाय धुण्यासाठी फॅसिलिटी करता येईल. तर बऱ्याच वेळा फ्लॅटमध्ये असं प्लॅन करता येणार नाही. बट इफ यू आर प्लॅनिंग युअर इंडिव्हिज्युअल होम और बंगलो, then the earlier demands were different. Now, considering this pandemic situation also, you can plan your floors in different pattern. You can plan circulation in the building or in the bungalow in a as per the different needs and requirement. म्हणजे बऱ्याच वेळा आपण बघतो की जुन्या पेठ एरियामध्ये पार्किंगचे खूप इश्यू आहेत. लोकांकडे मोठमोठ्या गाड्या आहेत, मोठमोठे शॉप्स आहेत, बट दे आर नॉट एबल टू पार्क देअर व्हेकल्स इन देअर बिल्डिंग बिकॉज जुन्या काळी तेवढ्या रिक्वायरमेंट नव्हत्या. त्या पद्धतीने घरं असतील, गर्दी असेल तर जागा तेवढ्या नव्हत्या. पीपल वेअर constructing houses without any side margin like that. And so now in the urban renewal process also you can see that whenever any commercial space is going for modification or any renovation, then their side margins are included as per the new development process. They can go vertically upward, but the side margins or front margins, considering the road width expansion in future, you can see that new buildings, or if old building in the Gautan area is demolished and if you are constructing new building, then you can have parking in the steel portion, you can have shop at the ground floor, then you can construct your house or we can say residence area above that particular shop also. So you can go vertically in the upward direction. You can utilize available FSI at that particular place, but the front margin will be considered as per the present development control rules. So you must have heard about development control rules of municipal council, municipal corporation, and accordingly you need to provide sufficient margins and all the norms of ventilation, we can say ventilation from the adjacent building, ventilation for sun rays, ventilation for wind, like that. You can have more balcony areas, more optimum utilization of your terrace area. So accordingly, they have modified many rules and regulation related to considering, we can say, staircase area. So many such areas are not actually included fully in our FSI, because people will be motivated to construct all these facilities in their planning, like balconies, some percentage up to 1/3 or 50% balconies are considered in the FSI calculations. स्टेअरकेस किंवा पॅसेजेस हे थोडंसं प्रमाण कमी केलेलं आहे, सो दॅट पीपल विल बी मोटिवेटेड और पीपल विल बी using that particular concept for their luxury or we can say comfort. आता बऱ्याच वेळा काय होतं की रूल्स अँड रेग्युलेशन प्रमाणे जर घर बांधायचं म्हटलं तर पीपल आर नॉट हॅपी टू टू कन्स्ट्रक्ट these facilities in their area. So if you are motivating people for constructing more parking areas, then that parking area may not be considered in the we can say FSI in our municipal corporations or municipal council, but that parking area may be covered in Mumbai, like metropolitan cities where parking spaces are of up to 10 stories. आपल्याकडे 10 stories building नाही आहेत, but in case of Mumbai we will find that about 10 story of ground आर ऑफ पार्किंग. म्हणजे 10 मजली त्या बिल्डिंग मधले 60-70 मजली बिल्डिंग असेल तर त्यातले 10 मजले हे पार्किंगचेच असतात, आणि त्या पद्धतीने मग लिफ्ट मेकॅनिझम आहे किंवा सर्क्युलर स्टेअरकेस प्रोव्हाइड करून तुम्हाला रॅम्प प्रोव्हाइड करून पार्किंग वरती वापरलं जातं. म्हणजे अशा पद्धतीने तुम्हाला सध्याच्या गरजा काय आहेत हे बघून आपल्याला रूल्स अँड रेग्युलेशन मध्ये काही प्रमाणामध्ये मॉडिफाय करावं लागतं. दॅट यू कॅन सी इन केस ऑफ मुंबई. So overall, we can say role of urban planners and architects in planning and design in relation with spatial organization, utility, demand of the area, supply, considering situations like disasters and pandemic conditions. हे आपण बघत आहोत. किंवा इन जनरल क्वालिटीज ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर मध्ये म्हटलं तर युजर फ्रेंडली, कॉन्टेक्स्च्युअल, इको फ्रेंडली, युटिलिटी ऑफ स्पेसेस, फ्युचर ग्रोथ विथ केस स्टडी. म्हणजे अशा काही केस स्टडीज आपण मुंबईमधल्या बघू शकतो किंवा काही पुण्यातल्या किंवा बारामतीमधल्या जरी आपण चर्चा केली तरी तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की व्हॉट इज वी कॅन से व्हॉट आर द चॅलेंजेस ॲट प्रेझेंट इन अर्बन एरियाज, इन रुरल एरियाज, अँड व्हॉट planning or modifications we are doing in the development control rules are related to urban planning issues. त्या पद्धतीने आपण याच्यावरती सोल्युशन म्हणून काय करत आहोत हे आपल्या परिसरामध्ये जरी बघितलं तुम्ही, इफ यू आर स्टेइंग इन सम urban area, we can say at least like municipal council like Baramati or in some other taluka places, in the main commercial pet areas of taluka place, you must have seen that which problems are there or how people are adjusting or we can say taking way out of these issues. कारण की तुम्ही बघितलं असेल की तिथे पार्किंग किंवा ह्या फॅसिलिटी जुन्या काळामध्ये कुठेही प्रोव्हाइड करू शकलो नाही, बट स्टील they are using suppose vehicles or luxurious cars, then there is issue of parking. So can you tell where they are parking these vehicles? Kiwa, can anyone tell your own problem or observation related to parking of vehicles in your area, in your society, in your building, in your bungalow? बऱ्याच वेळा भांडणं होतात पार्किंग वरून सध्याच्या परिस्थितीमध्ये. म्हणजे गव्हर्नमेंटने काय केलं आहे त्यामध्ये की बऱ्याच वेळा मग आता आपल्या भागातलं पार्किंग एरिया मॅन्डेटरी केलेला आहे फॉर द न्यू कन्स्ट्रक्शन्स. and that is not considered in the FSI. So that people will be motivated, or people will be taking advantage of such additional facilities, and people will be constructing these facilities so that the people will get extra amenities or facilities in their residence. And okay, am I audible? There was electricity cut in our area, so I have switched to mobile network. Someone please confirm whether screen is visible and I am audible.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
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 Okay. Okay, so you should keep your eyes open, and you should analyze such local issues in your vicinity, in your surrounding, in your area, to understand how the planners might be thinking towards such solutions, or just observe it properly that what type of developments are occurring in your area, and what rules are considered for such rules, we can say development, how the land is acquired, how the facilities are constructed, who is the we can say authority related to that particular डेव्हलपमेंट, ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी तुम्ही बघितल्या पाहिजेत. यू शुड व्हिजिट सम बिल्डर्स ऑफिसेस ऑल्सो. यू शुड अंडरस्टँड ऑल दिस बॅकग्राऊंड प्लॅनिंग. आपल्याला बिल्डिंग कशी बांधायची, व्हॉट आर दी रेन्फोर्समेंट डिटेल्स वगैरे बाकीच्या गोष्टी माहीत असतात बऱ्याच वेळा. बट मेनी टाइम्स वी आर नॉट वी कॅन से through we can say in-depth understanding of this background planning, which permissions are there, how to use available rules and regulations of the, we can say, development controls or urban development department. Okay. So, to get exposure of all these things, I have suggested you many times that you should keep going through different news related to, we can say, urban development issues, solutions, governments, rules and regulations, or we can say ongoing infrastructure projects, ongoing issues in our areas, and what solutions are proposed. Likewise, there are traffic jam, or we can say uh, mass transportation issues in Pune. So metro construction is going on. Now we can see metro in some we can see the website of Metro also, Pune Metro. On that, you will see that Wanaj to Pune Municipal Corporation, or from that the metro will go to airport also, Viman Nagar area, Eroda. So partially they have tested its, we can say, operation, and now you will find that the metro will be available very soon to the residents of Pune. The other route, Nigri to Shivajinagar Agricultural College campus, then Shivajinagar bus stand, then Swargate, and then Katras. This route also be considered for use very soon. The considering the crowded area in Shivajinagar to Swargate, that particular area or that particular alignment is considered underground. So tunnels are constructed, and almost the tunneling work is in progress properly. You can see the ducts are open in some places, and by the ends the excavation process is going on. So if we could get opportunity, we will be visiting such projects, such projects for the broad exposure. If you find comfortable, you can also visit at your own also, by taking permission or talking with that these officials. Not only metro, but in your area, there may be different projects, and you can visit these projects and to understand. Or practical exposure understanding is very important in civil engineering, and only the degree or the certificate is of no use, but your understanding, your skill development, your application is important, considering the future prospect related to opportunities, career opportunities, entrepreneurship, or opportunities in the government department, PWD, irrigation, town planning. So you are fortunate that you got uh, opportunity to study this elective subject, architecture and town planning, because in future, considering the increase in the urbanization or need of urban planners or in the planning field, there will be huge opportunities, and there will be huge recruitment in the local bodies like ग्राम पंचायत पासून ते जिल्हा परिषद पंचायत समिती, नगरपालिका, नगर परिषद, महानगरपालिका, planning authorities like MHADA, SIDCO, MMRDA, PMRDA. Each metropolitan city has development authority, like Mumbai Metropolitan Regional Development Authority, Nagpur Regional Development Authority, Pune Metropolitan Region Development Authority. So these metropolitan development authorities are established to coordinate between different departments to have some larger infrastructure projects. Because what will happen, that such projects will be of larger size, and they will be covering many local bodies. Like in Pune, if we are talking about metro construction, then Pune Metro will cover Pune Municipal Corporation area, Pimpri Chinchwad Municipal Corporation area, or some, we can say, nearby municipal councils also, or some Gram Panchayat area also. So considering all these requirements, their future prospect, future requirements, government is thinking of extending it to the Hadapsar area or Loni, we can say Bhavkar. म्हणजे जेवढी फॅसिलिटी बाहेर आपण लोकांना मायग्रेट करण्यासाठी किंवा डिसेंट्रलायझेशन करण्यासाठी देऊ शकतो, तेवढे लोक शहरातली गर्दी टाळून बाहेर 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 सेटल होत जातील. आणि तुम्ही पाहिलं असेल तर अर्लियर वी यूज टू व्हिजिट सम ऑफ दी फेमस और इम्पॉर्टंट शॉप्स इन आवर एरिया और लोकॅलिटी. पुण्याचं उदाहरण घेतलं तर लक्ष्मी रोड, त्यातल्या त्यात ठराविक दुकानं असतील किंवा टिळक रोड असेल, एवढ्या भागापुरतं जे मर्यादित होतं ते पुणे आज 4-5 स्क्वेअर किलोमीटरच्या ऐवजी आज 700-800 स्क्वेअर किलोमीटर पर्यंत त्याचा एरिया वाढलेला आहे. सो पुणे मेट्रोपॉलिटन रिजन, PMR इज लिटल डिफरंट कन्सेप्ट. I will explain you all this PMR concept in this planning process, like special organizations. सिडको, म्हाडा, MIDC, MMRDA, PMRDA, SRA, हुडको. तर त्यावेळेस तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की व्हॉट वी आर doing with respect to planning of such metropolitan cities, considering vision for next 50 years and some issues like transportation planning. इथं तुमच्या लक्षात येईल ट्रॅफिक ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन सिस्टीम, हायरार्ची ऑफ रोड्स, ट्रॅफिक मॅनेजमेंट, इंटेलिजंट ट्रान्सपोर्ट सिस्टीम. दिस इज दी वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टंट आस्पेक्ट ऑफ ईच सिटी. सध्याला जे बघत असाल आपण मुंबईतलं जरी बघितलं तुम्ही कोस्टल रोड बद्दल तुम्ही बातम्या बघू शकता, न्यूज बघू शकता, काय इश्यूज आहेत. सध्याला वरळीमध्ये काही प्रमाणामध्ये लोकांचं विरोध आहे. कोळी बांधव जिथले जे आहेत त्यांना थोड्याशा अडचणी येत आहेत. त्यांचा जो लाईव्हलीहूडचा प्रश्न आहे रिलेटेड टू फिशिंग वगैरे, त्याच्या अडचणी कशा येतात वगैरे ते तुम्ही समजून घ्यायचा प्रयत्न केला पाहिजे. आणि हाऊ गव्हर्नमेंट इज टेकिंग द सोल्युशन रिलेटेड टू ऑल दीज इश्यूज हे तुम्हाला समजून घेता येईल. म्हणजे काय होतंय की बऱ्याच वेळा in this particular planning process we need to consider many aspects. सोशल स्टडीज असतात, त्याचबरोबर फायनान्शियल फिजिबिलिटी असते, इकॉनॉमिकल व्हायबिलिटी असते. फक्त प्रोजेक्ट्स करायचे म्हणून चालत नाही, तर त्याचं तेवढं युटिलायझेशन व्हायला पाहिजे. अंडर युटिलाइज केलं तर आवर इन्व्हेस्टमेंट विल गो इन वी कॅन से वेस्ट और unnecessary we are investing on that particular project असं म्हणता येईल. त्या पद्धतीने आपल्याला काय करावं लागतं की अल्टिमेटली दी पॉप्युलेशन टू बी सर्व्ड नीड टू बी कन्सिडर्ड. जे कॅचमेंट जो आहे की कस्टमर किंवा त्याचे वापरणारे जे युटिलाइज करणारे आहेत ते किती लोक आहेत, फॉर हाऊ मच पॉप्युलेशन वी आर प्लॅनिंग दीज फॅसिलिटीज इज इम्पॉर्टंट. अँड सो इन आवर प्लॅनिंग प्रोसेस ऑल्सो population size or population density is also important criteria that we will see in related to URDPFI guidelines for land use infrastructure, AMRUT guidelines related to water supply, sewerage, transport, even in special townships, SEZ. So these are the different we can say concepts, and if we keep talking on each topic, the hours will be required to discuss each topic in detail. So you are also motivated or requested to keep your eyes open, keep motivated to understand or be hungry to understand all these planning concept at your own also. I have provided a lot of information on Google Classroom related to our earlier lectures conducted in form of recorded session which are uploaded on YouTube. Again, there are already many NPTEL video lectures. You should listen to all these planners, experts. Even you can go for some YouTube video related to urban planning in the developed countries like USA or European countries, how they have planned. And even town planning has a long history to the great pyramids of, we can say, Egypt. From that particular early days of urbanization or ancient days of urbanization also, the people have planned many cities in different you can say countries, considering different objectives. But from time to time their purpose, the planning we can say criteria are changed. You can see earlier the fortified towns were there. Fortified means जसं किल्ल्याला बुरुज असतो, भिंत असते, तशा पद्धतीने बऱ्याच शहरांना बाहेरून भिंती असायच्या फॉर देअर सेफ्टी, फॉर टू अवॉइड इन्व्हॅजन और वी कॅन से वॉर सिच्युएशन्स. जुन्या काळी युद्ध खूप व्हायचे. यू मस्ट हॅव हर्ड बिफोर और इन द पिरियड ऑफ शिवाजी महाराज और अर्लियर टू दॅट खूप वेळा आक्रमण व्हायची किंवा वेगवेगळ्या देशातून लोक आक्रमण करण्यासाठी यायचे आणि खूप काळ हा युद्धजन्य परिस्थितीमध्ये जायचा. त्यावेळेस त्या लोकांना संरक्षणासाठी काय करावं लागायचं की किल्ले असायचे बऱ्याच वेळा, की त्या ठिकाणी खेडेगावे वगैरे जरी असली तरी युद्धाच्या वेळेस ते लोक किल्ल्यामध्ये सेफ्टीसाठी ठेवले जायचे. किंवा काही भुईकोट किल्ले म्हणजे ज्या भागामध्ये डोंगर वगैरे नसतील तर त्या भागामध्ये इकडे आहेत बघा खाली अर्नाळा, परांडा, करमाळा, अहमदनगर, अशा भागामध्ये भुईकोट म्हणजे जमीन आणि त्या ठिकाणी थोडक्यात लोक किंवा सेफ्टीसाठी आतमध्ये असायचे आणि त्या पद्धतीने युद्ध लढले जायचे किंवा त्या पद्धतीने इनॲसेसिबिलिटी इन दॅट पर्टिक्युलर पिरियड म्हणजे काय होतं की डोंगर होते उंच आपले जे किल्ले आहेत सगळे महाराष्ट्रातले ते वेस्टर्न घाटमध्ये जे आहेत रायगड तोरणा राजगड पुरंदर असे भरपूर आहेत म्हणजे ते काही मी महत्वाचे सांगितले सिंहगड वगैरे असे कित्येक किल्ले आहेत यू कॅन वॉच देअर हिस्ट्री देअर डेव्हलपमेंट प्लॅनिंग आणि त्यावेळेच्या गरजा कशा होत्या वगैरे हे सगळं बघून आणि त्यावेळेची ॲसेसिबिलिटी कशी होती वगैरे हे सगळं बघितलं तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की त्या काळाची ती गरज होती तसं जसा काळ बदलत आहे विथ चेंज इन टाइम we need to change our we can say rules and regulation or development control rules related to planning because unless and until we are considering all these present requirements we will not be able to justify it म्हणजे जसा त्या पॅन्डेमिकचा विषय काढला आपण की त्या पद्धतीने जसं आपल्याला बघावं लागतं त्याच पद्धतीने आपल्याला इन फ्युचर सुद्धा त्या गोष्टीवरती कॉन्सन्ट्रेट करावं लागेल आणि त्या पद्धतीने आपल्याला लक्षात घ्यावं लागेल की सध्याचे जे प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत की जुन्या काळी सपोज सायकलवरून लोक भरपूर फिरायचे त्यावेळेस पार्किंगचे इश्यूज नव्हते परंतु ॲज ऑफ नाऊ यू कॅन सी देर इज ह्यूज increase in the number of vehicles, number of we can say transportation facilities, and so accordingly we need to consider all these things in our planning and accordingly we need to provide the facilities in our area. So we will see all these such concepts in detail one by one. So in general, we have discussed about the qualities of architecture, then this spatial organization, demand of the area, supply, and one topic is remained that we will see principles and elements of architectural composition and its expected outcomes. So we will see this presentation, principles and elements of architectural composition, what architect look for or how he plans for the buildings or in general for architecture planning or in the some famous buildings from the ancient period also what planning principles they have considered in such large or big structures. You can see or you can take example of pyramids of Egypt. You keep watching all these videos and their planning philosophy, the concepts of different planners on YouTube. Lot of information is available. I have listed a lot of information on Google Classroom, and then we will see all these concepts one by one in detail from technical point of view, because afterwards if you are introduced to all these concepts at this UG level, then you will be able to understand all the town planning concepts in detail in future also, because your subject is although introductory as a one subject, it is a short introductory part of your specialization for PG architecture and town planning or town and country planning. So if you get thorough through this elective or if you listen properly all the lectures, then you will be in condition to understand all the concepts in detail. But this basic introductory part is very important at this subject level, and if you understand all these planning processes of towns and regions, town as well as urban areas and countryside rural planning, what is development plan, what is region, what is regional plan, how countryside planning or village planning is carried out, what are the challenges, what are the different tools, then you will be far ahead in this competition, because in terms of various recruitment, civil engineering degree is sufficient for your entry into planning field at this moment. At this moment, a special planning degree is not required like MTech in town planning, but civil engineers can take entry into planning field, as planning is part of civil engineering. So still you require a lot of information from the various subjects, thorough understanding related to hydrology, related to transportation planning, transportation engineering. There is small difference between transportation engineering and transportation planning. Then again, water resource engineering, geology, hydrology, then we can say sociology, economics, geography. So many aspects are needed to plan the cities to its, we can say, full requirement, or as per the present requirement. We need to analyze the present status. We need to propose various facilities. But for all these reasons, you should have proper understanding of different issues, different tools, different planning philosophies, and how these particular facilities or infrastructure or schemes have improved the, we can say, development in that particular area. The highway construct करतोय आपण, बऱ्याच वेळा तुम्ही पाहिलं असेल की there are so many highways constructed, or as of now the various highways are in progress. तुम्ही बघत असाल इकडे आपल्याकडे पालखी महामार्ग चालू आहे बारामती पासून. You search about पालखी महामार्ग, then again you search about समृद्धी महामार्ग, लँड ॲक्विजिशन फॉर समृद्धी महामार्ग. ह्या सगळ्या न्यूज किंवा अपडेट्स तुम्ही ज्या वेळेस घ्याल किंवा आपणही बघूयात, तर त्यावरून तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की दिस ब्रांच इज too much applied and it contains information from almost all the branches, because even for urban planning we are using GIS, remote sensing, GPS, intelligent transportation systems, various artificial intelligence technique like genetic algorithm, then artificial neural network, fuzzy logic are also included, and there are various, we can say, there will be various developments related to all these infrastructural facilities in terms of such smart technologies. So the time is very limited for your, we can say, this course, but if you take interest, then you will be, we can say, it will be easier for you all to get entry into planning field, and you will be far ahead in this competition, considering opportunities available in future. In near future, you will find that ATP, Assistant Town Planner exam will be there, and you will be eligible for the prelim. And during your application for the main examination, you will be eligible, because at that time you will be getting your degree certificate also in the ऑगस्ट सप्टेंबर. सो अजून ॲड यायची आहे, तोपर्यंत तुम्ही प्रिलिमची तयारी केली पाहिजे. यू शुड सी द सिलेबस ऑफ ATP, असिस्टंट टाउन प्लॅनर इन द टाउन प्लॅनिंग डिपार्टमेंट. यू शुड प्रिपेअर फॉर दॅट, अँड यू शुड ट्राय टू गेट एंट्री ॲट युअर ग्रॅज्युएशन लेवल इमिजिएटली. ती जर एंट्री तुम्हाला मिळाली तर तुम्हाला पूर्ण हे फील्ड ओपन राहील पुढे. There are various growth opportunities, promotions are there, government benefits are there, and you will be the boss of your area for your planning, for development of various infrastructure projects. Then again, building permissions, planning permissions, NA procedures, NA permissions, authority असते आपल्याकडे चांगली, आणि त्या पद्धतीने you should be in condition to take benefit of all these things. Okay, we will take short break, and we will meet again at 11:30 as we have practical. But instead of practical, I will continue with the theory part also, and I will float the content of practical in subsequent lectures also. So don't miss a practical session also, that I will convert it into theory. I will take attendance now.